This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN Network. And joining me right now is Steve Levely. He's the CEO of Ackroo Inc. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you: AKR on the TSX Venture and AKRFF in the US. And Ackroo will be presenting at our upcoming virtual event, the SNN Network Canada virtual event, which is happening December 7th through 9, 2021. To register for more information to see Ackroo's presentation, please go to canada.snn.network. With that, Steve, great to see you. Thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. I'm good. Robert, how are you?
Oh, no complaints here. We're anxious to get to our next virtual already.
Cool.
But having said that, last time we did an interview together was back in January 2021. We published that on January 5th, 2021. So I want to get into some updates there. But for those who may not have seen that interview, can you give us that one line that describes Ackroo?
Sure. The name Ackroo is actually based on accruing companies. We're an acquisition-based company. So we're a consolidator in the gift card, loyalty, marketing, payment, and point of sale space. So we're consolidating businesses across point of sale, payments, and in marketing. And we're a technology provider that does that.
Very good. All right. Now I'm going to set you up for that update. Let's get some highlights. Let's get some highlights in the last 10 months or so.
Sure. When we last spoke, Ackroo was in the middle of a pivot. We were initially a marketing-based company. Our platform provided gift and loyalty. We bought a lot of companies in that space and consolidated them up. We expanded last year into payments. And then at the end of last year, we bought our first point of sale company in the golf space. So we went after point of sale into a niche like golf. So we've been normalizing that business, but then we bought another point of sale company in June of this year. So now we've got into the automotive space, which is one of our four key verticals between automotive, petroleum, hospitality, and retail. But in doing so, we also expanded to the US. So the company we bought was our first US-based business. So we did our first US-based acquisition and another POS acquisition as we start to pivot the business to be more POS first and marketing and payments second, then marketing first, payments and POS second.
So what was some of the reasonings and strategy behind doing the pivot?
The industry itself. We started to see that our competitors early on were people that did directly what we did. We provided a marketing platform. We would integrate into these payment and point of sale networks. But then these payment and point of sale networks started buying or building their own gift and loyalty products. So our partners became our competitors. So we had to kind of embrace not just consolidation within marketing, but we had to embrace the consolidation with our complementary partners that were out there. So that pivot was necessary. And as we're seeing in the ecosystem, the merchants are demanding, they want one supplier, kind of one throat to choke, if you will, that supports everything operational, financial, and marketing for them. So we had to make that pivot. And we look at of the three solutions that we have, payment, marketing, and point of sale, they need an operational tool, right? They can use marketing, and they obviously need a payments solution. So we wanted to sort of lead with the necessary things and follow with the nice to have versus lead with the nice to have and support with the need to have.
Very good. And then, you talked about the verticals. Why these verticals? I'm assuming, you say cars, golf. I'm like, all right, I guess Steve is a cars and golf guy, so
yeah, clearly. It's actually not that. It actually, yeah, although I do golf and I like cars, but I'm not a car guy, but it just sort of happens through circumstance. So as we started to buy companies in the marketing space, some of the companies we were buying were specialized in automotive. We bought a guy that was specialized in gas stations. We have a ton of gas stations using our platform, right? So we got into these verticals through acquisition is kind of what happened. Then when we took our first step into point of sale, we wanted to find a niche, nothing too broad, so we can kind of learn. And golf was kind of cool for us because it has a restaurant in golf courses and it has a retail, like the pro shops. I'm like, oh, it kind of covers retail and hospitality, a 2-for-1. But a niche in itself. So we like the niche part of it, which also addressed our other verticals.
Very good. So when you do this pivot, you made these acquisitions, what's been some of the performance so far since making this full scale pivot?
It's been a big change for the business where, now we've been heavily investing into try to understand it and normalize it. The business model at Ackroo is we buy a company within 12 months, we normalize it. And then in the second year, we optimize it. Right? Well, so that was easy with marketing, bit of a rinse and repeat, right? Take the business within 12 months, normalize it in. We know how to scale it because it's a business that we did. But it was harder with POS because now it's a complementary business and same with payments that was new to us. So we had to throw even more money and energy at it. So we actually further invested this year in sales and marketing and engineering because of this. And so the outcome was a lot less earnings this year, to be honest. We actually had less EBITDA this year because we did that reinvestment to kind of drive things organically. And, was it the best use of capital? I don't know. I definitely wanted to test it out to sort of see, if that was best for the business to really reinvest into sales and marketing. We pretty much doubled the spend there, increased engineering costs to normalize it faster. But we didn't get as much of explosive growth as we had hoped through the POS business. So a change we've already made mid-year, like literally right now, is to kind of go back to what we were doing in our marketing business. We spent a lot of years building up to a 20/20 business. So meaning 20% revenue growth and 20% earnings as a percentage of revenue. So we were hitting that magic 40%, and we did that last year. This year, we haven't been on track to do that. We kind of reinvested so much. So the pivot we're making now is to continue kind of expanding into these markets, but to go back to keeping our 20/20 model back into play. The 20% revenue growth and the 20% EBIT as a percentage of revenue, getting back to that magic number of 40 for next year. So we've been making changes throughout the year to kind of get back to that model.
Very good. All right. So before I let you go here today, from what you can tell us, I asked you this question back in January on your 2021 value catalyst. And I'm asking you again, going into 2022, what would you say are some of the growth drivers and value catalysts moving forward?
I think the big ones are that we're going to start applying a lot of our discipline we had in our marketing business into the POS business. Now that we better understand it from a reinvestment standpoint, we're going to start making sure that we manage these businesses to optimize cash flow for the business, because the whole thing here is generate cash to buy more stuff, right? That's the whole thing, like the earnings-based business. So the big catalyst is lots of earnings growth and cash generation for the business. Second is that our acquisition journey is going to continue. We should see early acquisitions in the new year, and to start expanding the business in that way. So you see catalysts through acquisition and through a big focus on strong financial management to drive a lot of earnings growth for the business in the new year.
Very good. Well, with that, Steve, where can everybody go and find more information on Ackroo?
Go to our website, www.ackroo.com. We spell it funny on purpose, so ACKROO.com. There's an investor page there to find more information from an investor standpoint. There's even a presentation deck that's up there of some videos from me. And then they can contact myself through slevely@ackroo.com.
Very good. Steve, thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. And I look forward to our next update.
Sounds good. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.